Victoria Hanscomb, editor of Security Journal Americas, and I'm here at ISC West 2025 in Las Vegas, speaking with Jake Leichtling, Director of Product Management at Verkada. So Jake, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. So Verkada is a pioneer in the cloud space. So it'd be great if you could tell me a little bit about how your native cloud-based architecture translates into real-world benefits for organizations, and also tell me if there's any pushback or hesitation on behalf of some who are a little bit uncertain about migrating to the cloud.
Absolutely. So in terms of how our system is bringing real-world benefits to customers, I think it really breaks down into three main pillars. The first is our hybrid cloud architecture just enables this easy plug-and-play scalability that can scale from anywhere from 10 devices to tens of thousands of devices, no problem. And the way that scale comes to life is, historically, with traditional on-premise systems, you've got servers. And you're constantly worried about managing these servers, keeping them up to date, making sure your network configuration is properly handling them, expanding capacity. And it's this really expensive and time-consuming operation. When we give a customer Verkada, all of that goes away. You plug in a device, you give it internet, it will connect, and it will be secure, and it will be connected to the cloud. And it's so painless. And also, if you have disparate offices, let's say you have an office in Sydney, an office in London, San Francisco, you don't have to worry about a VLAN and the network topology to keep these servers and devices connected. You just give them internet and it just works, and that's unprecedented cloud scalability. The second aspect is, with this architecture, we now can create not just point products, but a platform, a single pane of glass that brings all of these elements of physical security together into one place. And with each new pairwise connection we add, so we started out with cameras, we added access control. Now we have all of the power of a deep integration with AC and cameras. With traditional physical security, again, it's painful to set that integration up, to have to manage it. It's brittle, it breaks. With Verkada, that's out of the box. It just works. It takes 3 seconds to pair a camera with an access controller, and you're off to the races. And every time we add a new product area, we have 6 now, and we add more on a regular cadence, we're unlocking exponentially more value by bringing those integrations into that single pane of glass. And then the third aspect here is, just with a hybrid cloud system, we can bring best-in-class, innovative, intuitive software into our users' hands. So we take all of the user-centric design principles from Silicon Valley that makes it easy. So you stand in front of our tool, and even though it's sophisticated and powerful, it's approachable, which means you're cutting down on hundreds of hours of training you'd otherwise have to do. And we are also able to bring the best and latest of artificial intelligence into the platform. Again, because of this architecture, we can do computer vision on the cameras, we can do generative AI to give you powerful investigative tools in the cloud, and those are some of the things we're really excited about innovating on. Of course, all of these updates, automatic firmware updates on all of our devices, automatic updates to our command management platform, and so customers, when they buy Verkada, it just gets better over time.
Fantastic. And so that aspect of people who might be uncertain or hesitate about migrating to the cloud, what would you say to them?
I would say, come do the demo. Come do the demo and come think about all of the pain that you're experiencing, that you might not realize it, but it's because of the on-premise architecture that you have. And let us help you see how that pain goes away, and the power that you unlock, and the savings you unlock by moving to this hybrid cloud architecture.
Yeah, fantastic. So you've recently announced integration between your access control and guest solutions. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means for your customers?
Yes, we have this awesome guest product. It's great from the perspective of a visitor. You walk up, there's a beautiful iPad check-in experience integrated with text messages, so it manages the whole life cycle. And it's great from the customer's perspective, because let's say for compliance, they need someone to sign some documents upon entry. That can be a part of the customizable flow. We can do real-time background checks. So it's a very great system. And what we've added to it most recently is the ability for, let's say, someone at the front desk to just easily give someone a temporary credential or hit a button and send that visitor a link that's going to allow them to open up doors. And of course, those are just the doors that that specific type of visit should have access to, and only for the duration of the visit.
Right. Amazing. So what's the biggest pain point that you solve for your customers with your access control solutions?
Man, it's hard to boil it down to just one pain point, but if I had to, I would say, in general, organizations ultimately have to employ people to keep their physical security running and actually manage it every day and then do investigations when things happen. And all of that takes time. And so a lot of what we do with Verkada is just making it's easy and automatic and fast to be safe and secure and efficient and to go and figure out what happened. So from the hybrid cloud architecture that makes it plug and play on the installation setup, from the ability to forget about managing on-premise servers and just have that be automatic. Now you don't have to spend time doing that. As well as when it comes to actually, let's say you're doing an investigation, we can save you tens of hours finding the exact pieces of footage you need using our artificial intelligence capabilities. So it's all about being a force multiplier for the physical security teams that are managing these things at our customers by making them more efficient and taking away all the painful processes that they used to have to manage to just keep their systems working properly.
Yeah, absolutely. So how is Verkada thinking about integrating AI even more into its products?
Yes, so I'll start by saying artificial intelligence has been a key tenet of the company since it first started. So for instance, our computer vision capabilities like automatic tailgating detection or the ability to alert if a person of interest, a threat, is seen by one of our cameras. But now in the last few years, the brand new technology of generative AI using large language models has come to light. And we're using the latest and greatest technology and integrating it to release brand new features like history player search, which lets you click a person that you see in a video footage and immediately see all of the sightings of that person across all the cameras. Fantastic for investigations. Or natural language search. You could say, hey, show me the van with the UPS driver walking outside of it. Or show me footage of someone entering the factory floor who wasn't wearing the proper protective gear. And it will immediately bring up all that footage. And we do it so quickly that you can actually create an alert. So when the camera sees something that matches your query, it can alert you. And this is just the beginning. So because we have these powerful devices with on-device compute, as well as the infinite scalability and power of the cloud, we are actually extremely well positioned to bring all the latest technology with AI into the product. Last thing I'll mention is when it comes to AI, we hold privacy. Privacy is an extreme focus for us. So everything we do, all of these functionalities can be completely controlled and toggled on and off by system administrators, so they only enable the ones that they want and that make sense for their privacy. And then we're also constantly innovating on privacy-centric features like selective face blur, so that you can only reveal the face of one person in some footage who is under investigation and automatically blur the faces of everyone else.
Yeah, fantastic. So for you personally now, what are you excited to see in the security industry in the year ahead?
It's a great question. I mean, there's so much we're doing here on all fronts across all our products that is so exciting. I can't talk about all of these things. So the thing I'll mention is there's a lot of organizations out there that have what I'll call physical security debt. They have a system, it's probably on-premise, maybe it's cloud, but it's like it's not working for them, it's causing them pain. And I'm really excited about how we can bring them into the future of physical security that we're creating here. And so the metaphor I like to use is extending a ladder. How can we make it easy for them to climb rung by rung so they don't necessarily have to make a huge leap? Many customers just go all in, and that's totally fine. But many, they like this ladder approach. And so to give a specific example, we just launched OSDP support for our controllers, so we can talk to any third-party reader and use any other credential that an organization might be using. And that just makes it easier to take that first step of using our access control system. So figuring out ways to make a ladder with rungs that let any organization move to the future that that will ultimately really benefit them.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Jake. Lovely to speak with you.
It was great to see you. Thank you.